Tonight, we have an exclusive new polling looking at the race for New Jersey Senate.
Yeah, it also shows how Garden State voters feel about the race for president and what issues they are focused on this election year. And for more on that, let's go ahead and bring in our Henry Rossoff with a look. Hey, Henry.
Hey, good evening. Of course, the big news in this race recently was that New Jersey's First Lady, Tammy Murphy, no longer running on the Democratic primary scheduled for June 4th. And in our exclusive polling we did after she dropped out with Emerson College and the Hill, you can see that Congressman Andy Kim is now the clear favorite of 51% of those surveyed. His other two declared opponents in the low single digits here. In fact, undecided, the next leading vote getter, so to speak, at 39%. Now, I'll have to say that on the Republican side, if we go to the next page, it still is really a wide open race. We found nothing of a statistical note for any of the declared candidates. 84% told us they were undecided, so no clue yet as to who probably Congressman Kim will face. But let's talk about the man that everyone's trying to replace. That would be Bob Menendez, of course, federally indicted on corruption charges, has a very high disapproval rate at 62%. He has indicated that he may run as an independent, so we tested that in our polling. Here's a look. We polled a generic Democrat, generic Republican, and then Menendez as an independent. You can see it doesn't really upset the balance of power in New Jersey, which tends to lean towards Democrats. 49% selected the generic Democratic ballot, 42% the generic Republican. And again, Menendez not getting enough traction to really upset and certainly not be close to the front of this field. Now, it's a different story in the presidential race for New Jersey's 14 electoral votes. Take a look at this poll. It's really interesting. President Biden and former President Trump, the likely nominee, separated by just 5 points. I'll tell you, Biden won New Jersey by 16 points in 2020. And the reason is right down here. You have Robert Kennedy Jr., the environmental lawyer who's often throughout his career peddled in conspiracy. He's picking up 8%. You have 14% undecided. So this sort of typifies what we might see across the country this year, with high dissatisfaction with the likely nominees and an openness to a third-party candidate. Finally, running through the issues that are animating New Jersey voters, overwhelmingly the economy at 39%. You see other important issues like threats to democracy, housing, immigration, all hovering in the 10 to 12% range. Aaron, and Candace.
All right.
That's still a pretty high number for undecided at this point. We'll see how it all fleshes out. But
absolutely.
Also, the economy at 39%.
Right? And taxes in New Jersey, property taxes. That's where it's at.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Henry.